Fortescue Metals runs a holistic program from providing meals, transport, driver's licence, wellness programs. We take people in at all different levels of education and training. We take people in who might need up to 2 years training and find some employment for them. Once they're in employment, we then provide support through the one-on-one mentoring, so then they become comfortable in the work environment. I think as a white person we tend to forget our families and move forward a little bit too quickly, and I think that's because probably the nature of where we've come from, and we expect everybody to live like us, where the better understanding you've got about family bonds and family friendships, that you have an understanding of Aboriginal people. And I think if you treat them like family, find out where they come from, who they're related to, where they fit in and that's some of the first questions I ask Aboriginal people now, because I know quite a few, is like, what's your surname? And that often gives me some understanding of who they might be related to, where they're from, and you drop names. It's all familiarity. It's being familiar with people, and then there's that trust and that openness, and then you don't have people thinking, you don't know people. You actually do know the person more so. I think Australia's a relatively small country with the Aboriginal population. We're not talking millions of people. We're talking hundreds of thousands, and if you can't get to know that, then you're missing out. One of the things that I've really seen with people who have got employment through Fortescue Metals and say other businesses, that they've had the ability to have their own personal space for their kids and their wives and their family, so they can engage their children in learning on the computer and all the rest of it, without having to move from place to place, without having some stability. As a youth worker, my focus was on young Aboriginal people and about them keeping it in education, and that was a real key for me around the 14 to 16 year age, where people could go one way or the other. They could either drop out of school and head down the path of hanging in the streets, or they could remain in school and head down the path of a job. Education is the key. That's how I got here. That's how you're going to get somewhere in life, is to stay at school. Well, the GenerationOne project is about everybody being on the same page, and I think to do that we've got to be honest and open with how we spend our money and where it actually comes from. I mean, we all know, government money comes from our taxes and the royalties and the likes, but then how it gets distributed across the board. I think I've seen a lot more people do things with a small amount of money with the right heart than I have with somebody with a whole bucket of money and being wasteful. But I think a lot of the money doesn't get to the ground, it doesn't get to the grassroots, it doesn't get to the people. And it's the people that make the difference. It's not the dollars, but you do need the dollars to employ the people. So I think we need to be focused on people, and we need to be focused on employing the right people in the right places.